It's overt activity like we're seeing that is insensitive, lacking a cultured perspective, and lacking an appreciation for the diversity of our nation that really makes us struggle, and that's why we're here. Phi Alpha has a legacy of advocacy, and we attract men who value standing up for what is right for our people. And we are doing this as a means of saying that we can take our dollars where we want to spend them. We're not forced to spend them where they are and be dismissed when we call out something that's foul in policy or in practice, especially at the highest levels of government. So today, we as Phi Alpha just hold our torch high and say, join us. And many others will, I know, and others will, even though they may have a commitment someplace, we know that they will make a statement and we'll stand in solidarity with them as well.
Are you doing a voter registration drive? What are you doing to empower Black men and Black people in this moment?
Well, Ms. Ryan, we have been at the heart of that drive with our Voteless People as a Hopeless People campaign since really before the 30s. The very beginning of our fraternity was an outright protest against racist and white supremacist activities. And we have always championed the right to vote, getting people registered to vote, but we're also going to be getting people to the polls. And I'll be very candid with you, and not to step on the tenure of my predecessor, Sister Rashida Liberty, who is the International Supreme Bacillus of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. She is the current chairman of the Council of Presidents, but I will inherit that seat from her in September at CBC. And we will be working, and we've been discussing it, building an interorganizational coalition across every echelon of the community, including, for example, Scottish Rite Free Masons in the Northern jurisdiction, Prince Hall affiliation, the Sovereign Grand Commander, Dr. Bazemore, has already agreed to stand in alignment with the Divine Nine. And I know we're going to get Dr. Haynes and push and other organizations like that within the community, outside of the community, if you will, an interwoven fabric to raise the importance of not only voting. 23 is the gubernatorial races in Kentucky and in Louisiana, but we know that we are primed for 24 with the presidential election, and we've got to get people out to vote. We know that there have been narrow margins in places in Florida, for example, that have pushed, and because Black folks did not vote, Black men maybe did not vote, maybe even in Georgia, that's the challenge we have. So we've got an interactive narrative we've got to develop. It's not just a simple equation, but we're working on it.
You're sounding just like the new head of Rainbow Push, Freddie Haynes, Reverend Freddie Haynes, who says this is a dangerous moment. He even called DeSantis, I don't know if it was the Grand Dragon or the Grand Wizard of Florida, equating him essentially to a member of the KKK. For times such as this, for an organization such as yours, you've withdrawn before, you've had members who are historic. I mean, you've got so many members who are past history, current history, and future history, let's say that.
Well, Dr. Haynes is a member of our fraternity as well, if you did not know.
There you go.
He is now I live in Chicago, very close to Rainbow Push headquarters, but Dr. Haynes was with us on our protest in Dallas, and that's the city where he has been a pastor for 40 years.
Right.
And we were there, or 30 years. I don't want to age him too much. But I'll say that it's important that we understand who's at the table, to your point. Yes, we are the fraternity of Dr. Martin Luther King, a Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, Ambassador Andrew Young, but we also are the fraternity of Congressman Stephen Horsford, as well as Senator Raphael Warnock. We are the fraternity of men who have been there. And I'm not taking anything away from the other four fraternities either, because they have been raising men, developing men that are going to hold high those aspects of the American dream that we all are entitled to. And of course, I can't anyway dismiss the four sororities. You all have been stepping up as organization to bolster the economy, bolster the country, the voting component of our country. So this is our fight, and Alpha Phi Alpha has shown up, and we're not going to run away.